Thank you.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is David Yashar. I'm with KW South Bay, as you know. In case you don't know, now you know. We're here today on the Zoom and happy to have not only a phenomenal guest, a banker, and I consider him a good friend, Mr. Remo Sultani from PNC Bank. It's funny, I met this gentleman through a client of ours who we've done, a couple of transactions with, and he spoke highly of him. And before I spoke with him, I said, they always talk highly of these people, but let's see what happens when I get into it. And surprisingly enough, every time I've called, he calls back, whether it's at 7 in the morning, at 9 at night. And I know he'll tell you that he had to take a call. I think it was past, midnight one time, and he took care of this client. So these are the kind of people that really are top 5 for me, or that stand out from the rest of the group. When somebody says I only am available 9 to 5, I mean, that doesn't jive in my book. So I won't beat that to that, but without any further ado, I would like to introduce Mr. Remo Sultani with PNC Bank. He will get into it. He will tell you what he specializes in. I know the ones that were at SoFi Stadium had the pleasure of meeting him and a couple of his team members. Unfortunately, I wasn't there that day, so I missed out big time. I had a flight that day, but Remo, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Thank you, sir, for getting on the Zoom. We appreciate your time, and please go ahead and get into it. Remo, how much time do you need? Because this session that we have is 1 hour. You can have the whole hour. You can have 45 minutes. Let us know up front just so we kind of know, how much time we have left for others that may have questions and they want to present their, properties, if any. Remo, are you there? Did we lose him? What happened? He fell off. He's back.
I'm here.
Did I say something? Did I upset you? Where did you go, man? Come on now. No, I'm kidding.
No, not at all. Not at all, David. Thank you for your kind words and the introduction.
Remo John, how much time do you need? I just want to know ahead of time. Like, do you think you need the whole hour, 45 minutes? How much time do you think you're going to need here?
Not at all. My presentation is going to be very quick.
Okay.
My presentation is going to be very quick. I'll go over it with you. I want to make sure you have as much time needed with your team.
Sure. No, go ahead, please. Take go ahead, Remo. Thank you for getting on.
Absolutely. Thank you. So let me figure out how to share a screen here. I just want to share one thing with the team. Okay, perfect. So everyone's able.
We're not able to see anything yet.
PNC Healthcare Business Banking, correct?
Okay, now we can. I think your Wi-Fi might be lagging a little bit. You're kind of cutting in now.
Remo, what's going on, young man?
Having the same issue with the hearing.
Can you hear us, Remo?
I apologize, guys. This is an issue I have with Zoom. That's all. It does this to me every time. But I do apologize. I will send.
It doesn't seem like we can hear you, Remo.
I think he's going to be dialing. He's going to call in again by phone so everybody can hear him.
Perfect.
Enter the meeting pin followed by the pound key.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay,
Can hear you
perfect. I
now.
apologize.
That's okay.
Okay. And Kim, you are able to see the screen, correct?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much, team. I appreciate you guys, and I apologize for the technical difficulties. David, thank you so much for your kind words and introducing me. I appreciate your partnership and your respect and your friendship with you and your team, and giving us the opportunity to present with at SoFi Stadium as well. Hey guys, on my end, it's pretty quick. I'm mostly on the healthcare side, but PNC as a bank, we will do any deal there is out there as long as it's owner occupied real estate. So whether it's a commercial property for a doctor or a non-doctor, we could definitely do something like that. On the healthcare side, we've been at it for 25 plus years. We have over 41 dedicated 41 states that we're in, over 120 dedicated just in the healthcare space itself. PC, one of the things that we do is we offer a solution if doctors looking to buy a practice, or if a doctor is looking to buy out their partner, buy in their partnership, or looking to do a line of credit, a term loan, or buy commercial real estate. One of my favorite, to be honest with you, is the commercial real estate side of it. The reason being is it's an added value to the client. I would always recommend that to any client that I have is, hey, you're paying rent, let's replace it with a building that you own and make it yours, because at the end, they are either going to sell their practice, they're going to give it to somebody else that's in the family. But if they have a real estate in there, they have an option to be either a landlord, or they have an option to sell it for a higher value than they purchased it for. I'll always recommend that. Offering solutions to help manage their personal finances, their business finances, providing them benefits to their employees as well for their practice, helping them attract new employees, retain employees. There's a lot that we offer to a doctor. I mean, we cater to a physician on the healthcare side. Some of the things: practice overview, practice acquisition mergers, practice loan benefits. What do we do for them? Support the purchase of their practice acquisition, additional fund for transitional expenses, manageable loan payments to ease their transition, practice loan structures. How do we structure that? And I'll send this over to the team as well, so you guys have it, and my information's on the bottom. Feel free to reach out to me anytime on these. Understanding their cash flows and taking a look at their financials, looking at their practice financials, tax returns, making sure that we could evaluate the practice they're purchasing or the building. Office lease, if they want to do improvement on that, we could do that as well. So if you have a client that's leasing or wants to lease and you are helping them by chance, let them know. We could do the tenant improvements for them. We'll finance that. Build out costs, equipment upgrades, we'll take care of all that for them. On the owner occupied real estate side, we will do conventional and up to 80% loan to value. On the SBA side, it'd be a minimum of 10% down. They can go either 504 or a 7A program. And that's something I think on the next call, Arlene will be on, and she'll kind of get into the details of the SBA program. These are some of the things that we have, and I'll send this out to the team so you guys have it. Please feel free to reach out to me. I'm always available, as David said. If you have a client that wants to get on a call at 7, 8 o'clock at night, call me. I'll be more than happy to have a conversation with them. On the healthcare side, this is what I do. Anything that you have on a non-healthcare client, please feel free to reach out to me as well, because PNC Bank does do non-healthcare transactions as well. And that goes to my partner that's with me, which is Ali Smiley, that I work with, and he'll be more than happy to assist those clients as well. And that is it on my end. I said I need 5 minutes. I've made it quick. Are there any questions?
Anyone has any questions, please go ahead. And, don't be shy, because I always have a lot of questions, and no questions is bad questions, or excuse me for saying stupid. Just ask anything you have a question on, please. One question I have, Remo, and I know you've answered it before. If the guy that has, let's say, he just wants to buy the practice, medical practice, okay, and not involve real estate, you can do that, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If they just want to buy the practice, we could do that. And
Remo,
David, if
there's
they want to buy a portion of the practice, we could do that. I apologize. Somebody got cut off.
that was just me. I was gonna say, are there certain criteria for falling under the healthcare vertical? Is it, I mean,
Emma,
what,
I truly apologize. You got cut off. I couldn't hear you. I'm so sorry.
you might want to turn your camera off so that your Wi-Fi is going more towards the audio. There we go. Mine was just a general question. I was saying, was there certain criteria to fall under the healthcare vertical on, for those businesses?
Absolutely. Great question. So it has to be a dentist, ophthalmology, veterinary, believe it or not, we'll count that in there, physical therapy, dentistry, and general practice. The only category that we cannot lend on under the healthcare vertical is psychology, psychiatry, and chiropractic. But anything other than that, we can do.
Okay, that's interesting.
Now that's on the practice side. If they're looking at buying a commercial real estate, would we still take a look at that opportunity? Yes, absolutely. If it's not in that category that I mentioned.
Remo, what, and if you can tell everyone, what makes you different than the other banks out there? I know you specialize in medical and all that, but what other things would you say makes you different than, let's say, Chase, makes you different from Wells Fargo and some of the other banks out there for the ones that are trying to get, financing for a doctor? Just go ahead.
That's a great question, David. Thank you for asking it. What makes us different? At the end of the day, a bank is a bank is a bank. Everybody offers similar products, similar services. It's the service that you provide to your customers that makes you different. And I'll be honest with you, I'll give you a good story. I had a client that reached out to me from Wells Fargo, and they were fed up. They could not get a hold of anybody. This was a great relationship. They were doing a lot of business with Wells Fargo. Been with them for 15 years, but there was nobody for them to reach out to. One of the things that made a difference to these guys was the level of service that they received. The doctor's wife calling me at 7 o'clock at night asking questions about their account, and I answered. The doctor texted me at 5:30 in the morning and goes, "Hey, I'm on my way to the." I think he was beyond shocked. And they moved over their lending relationship, which they refinanced 2 loans and paid an $18,000 prepayment penalty. And when I asked them why they decided to pay the prepayment penalty, they said, "It's worth it for me to call you and know that I have peace of mind that you are, on my team, and I can get a hold of you and ask a question that early in the morning or that late in the evening is priceless to me because I don't have that." That's what makes us different. The products that we offer, PNC's healthcare vertical and PNC in general itself, is a phenomenal bank. I'm not saying that because I work here, but I will tell you, I've worked at other institutions. PNC's number one, interest is always what's best for the client and how can we please our client. That is what makes us completely different than anybody else.
Hey, everyone, it's Omid. How are you?
Good. How are you, Omid?
Good, man. Thank you. And I just want to bring this up because I got that email from me this morning. In regards to nonprofit buyers who have nonprofit, medical practices, what kind of lending and financing can you do on that one compared to, your conventionals?
Absolutely. So the difference on a nonprofit is nonprofits, we don't have a personal guarantee, right? So if a for-profit physician comes in and wants to buy a building, they're going to go ahead and they're going to be the guarantor on that loan. So they're going to be the entity will be the borrowing entity, and then the doctor personally will guarantee that. On a nonprofit, that is not available. That's not an option. So we're basically underwriting based on the nonprofit itself. So we go based on those financials. The only thing is we can do the real estate aspect of it, but on the practice side, I cannot do the practice side of it. But the actual commercial real estate, it still falls in the same category, which is, hey, 20% down, 80% loan to value. and it moves forward just like as a regular conventional loan.
Perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And by the way, Omid, we have this other individual, and we'll bring it to Rima's attention, who we just spoke with a couple hours ago. Don't forget. In fact, send Remo his info, please. Can you?
Will do.
Thank you. And that's regarding 6425 Whittier. Thank you, Remo. Anybody else
Thank you
have
so much,
questions,
David.
please?
Thank you for having me, David, and team. Feel free to reach out to me. Use me as a resource. Use me as, hey, if you have questions, call me and ask. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. If
Remo,
not, I can point you
we
in the
have
right
one
direction.
more. I apologize. One more question. Timing is, of course, is of essence as always. Timing wise, what's the quickest and what has been the longest? Can you give us that? That's another question for you. I'm sorry, before you go.
No, not at all. That's a great question. So if it's a real estate involved, it will literally take typically between 60 to 90 days. The one thing we don't have a control over is sometimes the appraisal process, the appraisal and the environmental, if there is one. Depending on the appraisal, sometimes they take a little bit longer. Sometimes they're very quick. And typical turnaround time right now, from the time I have a complete package and I submit it, within 2 weeks, I have an underwriter making a decision. The next 2 weeks, it goes into the next phase where we go through and have the customer accept and get it into closing. And what ends up happening is at the closing process, that's when we order appraisal, environmental, and that takes about 30 days. On a safe side, I would say about 60 days for a conventional deal. SBA does take a little bit longer because it does go through the SBA process, but typically within 60 days, I can do that. But I always encourage the client to go for a 90-day time frame.
Okay, beautiful. Thanks, Remo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Remo, overall, what are you seeing in the industry right now? How are you seeing things pan out on the medical side?
To be honest with you, I will share this with you guys. I have been busier than ever. Typically, end of the year is a time where in our industry, I look at it and I say, hey, after Thanksgiving, a lot of people are off. Doctors want to go on vacation. But last year, end of the year, was one of the years that I worked the hardest. So when I say that, during Christmas, I was still getting phone calls. I was still busy. Moving into New Year, I am incredibly busy, incredibly slammed. I have quite a few deals that are coming in. People are seeing that, hey, there's a little bit of a certainty in the market, certainty in the rates. They know it's not going to go back down to the 2%. So they're comfortable with moving forward. Doctors are, more of, hey, let's go ahead and move forward. Let's go ahead and buy the building. Can we refinance it later? Absolutely, they have that option. But we are on the healthcare vertical, we're busy. On the core vertical, we are busy as well. So we have not stopped moving forward. We're completely in a different place. I don't know what you guys are hearing from other banks or other folks that you hear or talk to, but on our end, we are incredibly busy.
Beautiful. No, that's pretty much what we're saying here as well. People are looking at things a little bit more closely. I know from the lending side they are, but overall, things are still getting done.
Absolutely. We're open, we're lending, we're eager to lend. So if anybody's looking for money, we're eager to lend them money.
I'll take some.
Anytime.
All right, beautiful. Kim, any questions from your end? Anybody else, any questions? Everybody, I dropped Remo's contact info as well in the chat box, so everybody should have Remo's contact info, cell phone, email address. If you want to fax them something, his fax numbers in there as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Remo.
All right, thanks, Remo.
Absolutely. Thank you, David. Thank you, Omid.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Take care, guys. Thank you, Kim.
You too.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
Remo.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I think the next thing, Kim, if it's okay with you, we can just have any agent that has any listing that they like to present or any updates. And even if it's been presented before and you've had a reduction, I know Omid has one or two, but other agents will let them go first and then we can go after. Any agents out there that want to present a new listing or a listing that you just got an update on since rates have gone up and they're forecasting again more rate hikes. I mean, these are things you need to speak with the clients, just have a one-on-one and have a heart-to-heart talk and say, hey, listen, if you're looking to sell and test their motivation, they got to play ball now more than ever. Does anybody have any listings they want to present? Any updates? Any reduction in price? Going once, twice.
Quiet bunch today.
Yeah.
Omi, please go ahead with, I think you want to touch on maybe Vernon, you want to touch on.
Yeah, I'll give everybody two things right now. Number one, 372 West Vernon, about 16,105 square feet of land, C2. You can do roughly about 73 units here if you do 100% affordable. Currently raw land right off of Vernon and the 110 freeway. We just had a price reduction on that. New price is at $2,595,000. And we believe there's some flexibility left in that price even. It's attractive now. We originally had this priced at about $3,400,000, but because of the multiple rate increases we've had with interest rates, construction prices going up, sellers are very motivated and they understand the market, and that's why the price reduction. Again, that's 372 West Vernon. The other property, which we would need an NDA signed, and if anybody's interested, they can reach out to me. I can get that over to them. That one is a 7-Eleven anchored L-shaped shopping center in the city of Montebello. A total of 6 tenants. 7-Eleven just moved in roughly about 3 years ago. So they are on the initial lease. They've got 2 years left on the initial 5 years. So there was a 10% bump coming in 5 years. And then they have 4 or 5 year options after that. In addition to the 7-Eleven, the other tenants have all been there for 20 plus years. I think one of the tenants has been there since 1985. Being offered at $3,895,000 would put you at just about a 5.3 cap on the existing income. Again, give me a call, 818-384-4111, 818-384-4111, or you can email me at osaleh@kw.com for more information on both those. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Omid. David, did you have more?
Let's see, Omid, we covered Montebello, or
Yeah.
no?
Yeah. I spoke about Montebello. I spoke about Vernon,
Compton Avenue,
Compton Avenue,
1623.
1623 Compton Avenue, industrial space just outside of downtown LA. Just what is that, south of basically the 10 freeway. Perfect for an owner user play. Asking price on that is $2,695,000. Seller is super motivated on that one. Current tenant who is in there is on a month-to-month lease. They would be vacating and by August, at which point you can go ahead and put your own guy in there. Ceiling heights there, I think the clear height is 12 feet, and then it goes from 12 feet to about 18 or 19 feet at the high point.
And they're currently paying $9,500 a month gross.
They're currently $9,500 gross.
But that's not the market rent, guys.
That is about it right now, guys. Anybody have anything else?
Anyone working with buyers?
Joseph, you're not looking for anything? Albert, not looking for anything? They're on, but are they on? That's the question.
Well, I'm curious. I see Monty on the call, and a couple weeks ago when we had our division leader for KW Hospitality. I think, Monty, you were going to connect with him. I'm just curious, was he able to give you any resources on some of those hotel deals that you were looking at?
I just texted him and we agreed to talk, but we haven't really connected in that way. But I do need to call him. I have a couple of deals stalled right now, so I think I should connect with him and get some ideas.
Okay, got it.
But actually, I was very interested in the topic today, and I missed some of that in the beginning because I work with a lot of doctors, and in fact, I'm working on a couple of medical buildings right now. So that was very timely discussion.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know if you missed the first part, David or Mead maybe could recap what he said, and we'll send out his material.
Yeah, I missed that. I'm assuming that there's a recording, so I'll go listen to the recording. I got his contact information, but I do have 2 medical buildings I'm working on right now, so that would make sense to talk to him for sure.
Yeah,
Nice.
Monty, definitely reach out to Remo. He's a great guy. Not only a great guy, he has a lot of information, and he can help you a lot.
Thank you so much.
Great. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, Albert said,
I cannot chat as it's locked. Can you unlock my chat mic?
I'm not sure what that means.
I think he's muted and he can't get unmuted for some reason. Albert, you may have not chosen an option when you first got to Zoom. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I don't have you muted. Do you want to throw something in the chat or? I don't know. Okay, well, Albert, you can always reach out to me if you have a question or need the material from Remo. I'll send that out today so you all have it. Okay, well, thank you, David and Omid, for leading us today, and thank you all for being here. And like I
My
said,
pleasure.
I'll send
there's
out
Albert.
Remo's
There's
material.
Albert. He came and he left.
Oh,
All right, no worries. Albert, next time.
okay. All righty. Well,
All right, guys.
thank you all.
All right, so Albert's not muted anymore. Albert, can you hear us? Yeah, I think he's gone. Okay. All right,
Okay.
Kim, thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye,
Have a good
everybody.
day, guys. Bye-bye.